There are so many young girls and boys who have chased money, and once they chased the money, it led them into a certain situation. It led them into a certain act to which they can't do anything about it. Of more recent in this country, Ghana, I can see so many young guys who are being extradited into the United States in connection to fraudulent behaviors and stuff like that, where it is alleged some of them have deployed schemes and tactics in scamming people. They lure people, they establish relationship with you on the internet and make you to believe in them, and later take advantage of the relationship they have established with you. And sometimes they use so many means, so many tactics, so many strategies. It's either they find themselves in a circle of love where there is something that we call romance scam. They deploy that scheme to lure people and then amass an illicit wealth from them. At the same time, there are corridors where they engineered what we call business scams and stuff like that. It's a lot. It's a lot. One thing that I've come to observe in the Bible is that everything that Jesus said was totally true. Why? Because when Jesus met the woman at the well, which was believed to have been dug by our predecessor Abraham, when Jesus had an encounter with the woman, he literally begged the woman to fetch some of the water and give it to him to drink. But the woman was actually hesitating. And by Jesus tapping into his extrasensory perception, and then in the realms of the spirit, he made certain revelations known to the woman. And based on that, the woman paid much attention to what Jesus was actually saying. Now, to crown everything, Jesus says, there is nothing, there is no water here on earth that human will drink, that particular human will not feel thirsty again. There is no water here on earth. That's exactly what Jesus told the woman. He actually told him that if you give me some of this water, there is a water that is reserved in a higher realm, that when you drink this water, you're not going to feel thirsty again. Which literally means when you have Christ, that is the ultimate. Once you have Jesus, he is the ultimate gift. Why of recent guys are chasing money? It is good. I understand that. Many of the things that we actually do in the society, it actually rests on the shoulder of money. Majority of the fulcrum of life is being prepared by money. But in as much that majority of this thing, we can only get certain things done through the help of money. It doesn't necessarily mean that we should go extra wise or trying to breach the rules of engagement where we engage ourselves in negativity. Sometimes, no matter how smart and intelligent that you are, it's not everything that you can bury under the carpet and go scot-free just like that. And most of the times, these young girls and boys who actually pay visit to babalawos, the zangomens, the witch doctors, and fetish priests and priestess, they are being given fake and empty promises, where these babalawos and witch doctors, these fetish priests and priestess, they tend to hand over a ring, a bracelet, an amulet, which is believed to have been fortified with powers, so that when they come and they use that said element in their services, it will help them to beat certain migrations. But you see, you have to understand that you can cheat humanity. You can cheat humanity, but you can never cheat nature. You can cheat humanity, but you can never cheat nature. There are so many young guys, because of money, today they find themselves in certain corridors that it is their biggest wish to have had the opportunity to come out. But as I speak with you, things have become too late for them. I think 3-4 years ago, there's this young guy who actually got his fellow colleague killed. A young guy who hit the head of his own friend with a block. I think it surfaced on the internet, and most of you people had the opportunity to watch the video during the times of the former government. I'm not saying such incident did happen because of the government, but I want to be precise so that you catch the clue of whatever I'm trying to tell you. Now, most of these young boys, because of money, they are tempted to join certain deadly cults, certain deadly occultic kingdoms, and they find themselves initiated to perform certain deadly rituals, knowing fully well that there are repercussions with regards to these very rituals that they are performing. There are guys in society, especially. That is why in the realms of the spirit, the great Yahweh calls Accra as the female version of Sodom. A lot of things goes on in Accra. These guys in Accra who wants to make money by all means, they don't care even if it will take them to assassinate somebody, they will do it. They don't care even it will take them to assassinate somebody. These young guys in Accra who falls within the range of 18 to 40 years of age, they are willing, 100% prepared to go all out and do everything to succeed. Some travel to Benin, some travel to the northern sector, some travel to the Voltarians land to search for powers, to fortify themselves, so that when they come, all the powers to which they have gone in for, they are coming to use it at the detriment of humanity. Why should you own yourself out to go out there and fortify yourself and come back and use your powers to bully people? You use your powers to cheat people. And sometimes when the great Yahweh decides to show you mercy, you think you are powerful, you are highly indestructible, you are highly untouchable. That's how you think. That's how you think. Some of them have gone to a level where they have assassinated their own friends because of money rituals. Some of them have used their own parent, either from the maternal or the paternal side. They have used them for sacrifices. I know guys who reside in Accra who don't sleep in their houses. They sleep in cemeteries. At night, they tend to be mad people walking on refuse dump sites to pick menstrual pads, so that they put the menstrual pad in a cup and put water on it. And once it becomes dense and soaked very well, these people will drink it. That is the rituals they are to perform, so that their evil spirit can provide them with whatever that they are looking for. I know guys who are always in the club. They are not there because they want to go there and enjoy themselves. They are there probably because they can't sleep in their houses. They are there because they can't sleep in their various houses. I am a type of guy who always work at night. And during at night, when I go out, I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people performing dangerous sacrifices because of money. My brother, my sister, if you don't take time, where money will take you to, you will never like it. People who allow money, the flames of money, to consume them, they were later destroyed by the power of the Holy Spirit. Right from genealogy to genealogies, from the eschatological times, where prominent men who have had the opportunity to grace this earth, and when they came, they allowed money to net down. The flames of money were burning eagerly in them, and because of that, they took to the other side in a wayward way to amass an illicit wealth, and at the end, it couldn't end them well. I am here to tell you that once you have a legitimate pursuit, bear it in mind that you can make it. There are so many legitimate means. There are so many means to which you can make ends meet. I'm telling you, if you have been taught or being groomed that you can never make big money in a legitimate ways, then please, that very voice who sounded that information to your hearing is a demonic voice. Don't have that mentality. Don't think that you cannot make big money on a genuine way. Sit yourself down and ask yourself questions. How did David manage to be blessed by the Holy Spirit? How did Abraham manage to be blessed by the Holy Spirit? Now, when you read the Bible clearly, you could see very well that Abraham was having so many children. In Genesis 25, gave an assertion and recounted certain category of women who actually gave birth for Abraham when he actually had an intimacy with them. Now, on the side of Sarah, Abraham had a child with Sarah. On the side of Hagar, Abraham also went ahead and had a child with Hagar. All these children, none of them were being used as sacrificial lamb by Abraham. There is nobody, none of the children of Abraham was sacrificed, probably because he wanted to sacrifice his own children just to amass an illicit wealth. None of that happened. But when you read the same book of Genesis, when Abraham had gone out to wage war against 8 neighboring towns and countries and had prevailed, on his way coming, he was having a lot of things, to an extent where when he actually had an encounter with Melchizedek, he blessed the ministry of Melchizedek with pure gold. Pure gold. A lot of things are going on in the darkest part of the world. Today, the dirtiest things have been carried out from the street into the holies of holies, where people have been doing party. And please, if we are to tell you what actually goes on with regards to some of these parties that these rich men in our society have been holding every now and then, you'll be surprised. You will be surprised. Sometimes they can initiate a program where the event organizer will be charged with an instruction to recruit women, beautiful ones, who are willing to come to the party half naked. And the brain behind these half naked party shows are to get women and use them for sacrifices. There are so many women on the street. If you are to pray about them, majority of them, when you marry them as a man, you will never be successful in life. You will suffer till death. Why? Because these young ladies are not willing to wait on the divine will. They are not making any attempt to seek the prospect of God's consent concerning their life. They are not willing to do it. They always want to jump from party A to party B, and probably because of that, since these men to which these women have been having an intimacy with them have gone to join certain secret society, are part of certain deadly cult societies. They sometimes clip these women their destiny. They clip it. They take it from them, clip it, and tap into it, and leave them with a curse. Why? Because these women are chasing men. They are chasing men. The reason why the issues with homosexualism and stuff like that has become very sensitive in society, it's because the demon, the principality, the evil spirit, the powers of darkness hiding behind scenes and backing these people. If God is to reveal to you, you'll be shocked. Why? Because there are some prominent men in this country who occupies a higher governmental positions, and because they have gone out to associate themselves with certain deadly court society, or they are probably serving a deity who is very wicked, who have instructed them to go and sleep with their fellow men, and by doing that they will become successful. So the reason why when you go to Accra, there are so many men who are deeply involved, who are netted deeply into homosexuality, it's probably because of that. There are prominent women in this country who don't like their fellow women. They like their who doesn't like their the natural way of mating. They always want to have their way out through their fellow women, probably because those women are also joining deadly secret societies, this sisterhood and brotherhood that you people have been seeing in society. I am telling you, my brother, I am telling you what these ladies are going through. It is not worth it. They can't come out and talk about it. There are some men in the society who have gone out there to join deadly court and evil society, where the instructions they have been served with is to sleep with women, but not through the natural way or their womanhood, but to have it at the backside. There are MPs and ministers who always engage in intimacy with women through their backside. They don't want the front. They don't like the front, because when they use the front, automatically they will be spiritually incapacitated. It will weaken their spirit, and because of that, they don't do it. You see, money has pulled the legs of certain people to certain darkest part of the world that they wish in their life They hadn't dedicated almost their life in chasing money. In chasing money. I'm telling you the truth. I am a minister of the Lord, and I do hear a lot. And sometimes the platform that we have, it's not worth it. We can never use this stream to say certain things. So sometimes there are certain things that we have to clothe it, or if probably coin it in such a way that it will meet the community standard laws. But if we are to go raw, my sister, the things that I know, the things that I've experienced, the things that I know, there was a lady who was being sent to come to me and seek for deliverance when we were in Esubontin. And the saddest aspect of it is that this lady was introduced to a rich man in Accra. And when she actually went on a date with this rich man, they engaged in an intimacy. After the man has had her way out of the woman, when this lady came out, after she had gone home, she started experiencing some milkish, very unpalatable liquid. The smell of it, it's not nice at all, coming from her privacy. And there is nothing that she had not done. She had moved from different hospitals. Why? Because she's actually looking for solutions and she couldn't get it. I am telling you, my dear, let me tell you that money is good. Money is good. Jesus, through the divine counsel, can also bless you. But the way you people are in a haste, the way some of you people don't have patience, the way you want to wake up one day and become a billionaire, please, it is never worth it. The only thing that can end you is to take your life. The only thing that this race that you have set for yourself in chasing money can end you is to catapult you onto the top of the world and later damn you into eternal misery. Let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something, my sister. Be very careful. Jesus told the woman, he told the woman that you can get everything in the world, still you'll be thirsty for something. No matter what, you can deploy all schemes and tactics to amass an illicit wealth. All these men of God, these so-called prophets, apostles, bishops, if they are to tell you what they go through in the hands of the so-called secret societies that they have gone to join, the so-called deadly cults that they have gone to affiliate themselves with, if they are to tell you what they are going through, especially these pastors who couldn't wait on the presence of God, who were in the haste, looking for all means to become prosperous in life. Sometimes they pretend and hide under the shadow of luxury, come out, cruise in state-of-the-art edifice, a flamboyant car. They ride in Lexus, ride in Rolls Royce, Lamborghinis. But behind the Lamborghini that you see, majority of them, they are involved in a dirty and a high-end black magic practices. Some of them, especially, it cuts across all corners. Today, it is very pathetic to have come to our notice that all these evil practices that is ongoing in society, it cuts across. It has been embedded into every aspect of human life. At the legal sector, it is there. The medicine sector, it is there. Or the ministry, you can find evilness over there. People are killing people every now and then, and they don't show a single sign of remorse for whatever evil and heinous crime they have committed against their fellow human. They don't care. They kill you, they kill you. Now, there are some nurses who are involved in selling innocent babies. I think some of these nurses, their videos have surfaced on the internet. And sometimes you think when a video of such surfaced on the internet, it means you have been able to eradicate such evilness from the system. But that's not exactly how it is. There are some nurses who have been consumed by the flame of money. And because of that, they are very wicked. They can connive with doctors and sell human parts. They sell babies to rich men in society so that they can use the babies for whatever agenda that they deem it fit. And this is what is actually going on in our society. Somebody will go to the hospital, give birth, and they will announce it to you, sorry, your baby had kicked the bucket. Not knowing behind the scene, they have gone there to sell the baby out. Sometimes you go to the hospital, give birth, and your placenta, they will not give it to you. Not knowing they have sneaked your placenta to go and sell it out to a rich man somewhere who is serving a deadly deity, who is into black magic and high-end occultic evilness. They have gone out there to sell your placenta to that person for rituals. There are some medical experts who are also deeply involved in some of these deadly practices. And you see, sometimes the reason why all and sundry that I've made mention are involved in this criminology and deadly art and practices is probably because all road leads to what we call money. Money, my brother, money. Money, money, money. Sometimes I do agree with what the Bible says, that the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money. Once you love money, you must understand that anything that you love here on earth, you are willing to sacrifice. You see, it is so pathetic to have seen a girl who actually falls within the age of 18 to her early 30s, and only for you to have an encounter with these ladies and not knowing their destinies, their stars have been taken by a different person. You see beautiful ladies out there, very beautiful ones, and their stars have been taken. Their stars have been used in ritual practices to help engineer the production of money for an evil rich man in society. It is very pathetic. It is very pathetic. You see these young guys, they don't want to wait, but they are rather flaunting money and cruising high-end cars. A car which is worth almost $200,000-$400,000, and these guys will be cruising. And when you look at these children, their age, and at least even if they were to become ministers for 30 years, and they are to be truthful to themselves by not embezzling any public purse or embezzling any public funds, and they are to rely solidly on what they are being paid with, every end of the month. I am telling you that even when their salaries remain untouched, they can't even buy those cars. But you see young girls, young boys, they are in a rush. They are in a rush. It's like this social media has become a platform of challenge where everybody wants to showcase what they have, where everybody wants to prove to the world that indeed they are blessed. And sometimes when you look and watch some of the videos of these young girls and boys, it is so pathetic. Why? Because you could see when you put such individuals on a scale and weigh them by the words that comes out of their mouth, you could see that they don't even have the capacity, that grounds, that knowledge to even produce such an amount, unless they do it in an illegal ways. Today, when you go to our mining sector, I am telling you, I have been into mining. I have been into mining before. I have paid visit to mining sectors, especially in Asante region, not to go there and mine, but certain prominent men who were legal miners, who wanted their lands to become fertile so that they can get a large quantity of gold anytime that they tend to go and mine on that particular said land. When you don't do it on a godly way, there are some dangerous rituals that they perform at the mining site, where it tends to take the life of some of these boys who are living and working at the mining site, who are spiritually incapacitated. When they see to it that your spirit is very weak at the mining site, they will perform a herbs, conjure things against you, and it's either a pit collapses, or you see yourself engaging in a quarrel, which will result in one picking up a weapon to take the life of the other person. So when you go to the mining site, I am telling you that people are being killed on a daily basis. I'm telling you, there are some prominent men who are deeply into mining, where they buy fresh babies. They buy fresh babies and bury the babies at the mining site because they want to get money. They bury babies at the mining site. I am telling you, I have been to countless of mining sites. I know what I'm saying. This is the evil things that goes on at the mining site. They kill without showing any sign of remorse. Sometimes they perform rituals for the principality or the territorial spirit that governs that zone. And the territorial spirit that governs the said zone where the mining is ongoing will tend to create earthquake, to collapse a pit, to kill about 10-15 people. And these people who are working at that mining site will never come out and say it. My dear, all these illegal mining, small scale mining, and then galamseyers, I'm telling you that they uses humans as rituals. It's not as easy as how you think. Sometimes some of you people living in abroad, when you hear these young boys are into mining and they have gained very well, they have really made it, you are tempted to come from abroad, come here and then do partake in mining. Sometimes when I do Hear some of the stories of some of you people. I burst into raucous laughter. Why? Because you don't know what is involved in mining. There is no pit that has always that has been initiated that these miners didn't perform rituals. I'm telling you, all these miners, anybody that you see involved in mining, I'm telling you, it is two things that happens at the mining site. It's either the person consulted the true spirit of great Yahweh, or the person is deeply net into rituals, who has used either animals or human as sacrifice. I'm telling you, all these people that you see on the TV, I'm telling you, I am telling you, when it comes to mining, I am a guru in the mining site. When it comes to mining, I am a guru in the sector of mining. So I know exactly what I'm saying. So even in the mining sector, it is as dangerous more than every other sector. I'm telling you, if there is any place that people die frequently, I'm telling you that it is the mining site. People have died, especially people who journey all the way from Volta region to come to Kumasi and partake in illegal mining, which is termed as galamsey. In other words, they will tell you they are in search for greener pastures. There are other guys who also migrate from the northern region, come to Ashanti region in search for greener pastures. And when they come, they go to the mining sector where they practice illegal mining, which is termed as galamsey. I'm telling you, there are so many guys who have kicked the bucket. They have died, and their family members, or if probably their parents, think that their sons and daughters have traveled to go and make ends meet, not knowing their children have kicked the bucket, but they themselves, they are not aware. So sometimes when you meet them, they will tell you that, oh, we haven't heard from our son who traveled to Kumasi to go and make ends meet over there. We haven't heard from our daughter who traveled to Kenya, who traveled to this. Majority of the people have lied to their family members that they are traveling overseas, only to find themselves in illegal mining site, and where there is a shake in the earth, and the pit they have excavated has collapsed on them. This is it. So when I used to visit some of my boys who were into mining, I had to go there and perform rituals. I used to have an encounter with giant and very perilous spirit that always used to visit the mining site, because they have their agents over there who always perform deadly rituals for some of these dangerous deities so that they can take their life. Recently, I visited a certain place, and when I went there, a young guy who have kicked the bucket. So I just stopped, and when the guys saw that the car that has been parked was actually me that was actually sitting in the car, they all moved to my direction to come and greet me and also take something, probably because they have lost their colleague. So I decided to ask question from the one who is actually championing them. So I asked the guy that, what happened to the guy? And then the guy decided to explain things to me. He says, Papa, it's not easy. This guy had a dream on Monday where there was somebody who revealed itself to this young boy in a dream, and the person was wearing jarabia, and the person told the guy that the guy should go out from the site, you should get away from there. But when the guy woke up, the guy took things for granted, and only for that evening around 4:30 to 5 p.m, getting to the verge of closure where they used to close for everybody to go home, a quarrel broke out between two guys, and in an exchange for words, the other one pulled out a pump action gun and shot the guy who was innocent. Shot the guy, and the guy happens to be the one who has died. And when this guy had used the gun on him, after he had finished everything, it's like he came back to his normal senses, only for the parents of the deceased to go and make enquiries from a different deity. Then, to their utmost surprise, they went to discover that the guy was used in exchange for rituals. The owner of the mining site had performed a certain ritual where the ritual is supposed to take 3 lives so that the owner can get so many gold. And you see, when this guy had been killed, the next very week, I paid a visit to the same place, and I met another guy too who has died. My dear, I am telling you, a lot goes on behind the scenes. People are practicing a deadly thing. I'm telling you, there are men who only have sexual intercourse with their fellow men because they are using it as sacrifice to appease their gods. There are men in the society who doesn't have sex or sexual intercourse with women through the main channel, but rather the backside. And they do all this probably because of money. I'm telling you, if you don't take your time, where money will take you to, you will never like it. Where money will take you to, you will never like it. I'm telling you, there are so many prominent people in this country who have regretted. They have regretted in the essence that where because of money they have been led to, they have regretted. They are deeply sorry, but there is no room for them to confess. They have gone very far. They have gone very far. They have gone very far. I'm telling you the truth. So you see, these young girls who doesn't want to reason and always want it in a softer way. Well, in this life, nobody wants to suffer. But as a matter of fact, it is factual that you must suffer to get what you have. Today, if you see me flaunting money, I didn't just wake up one day and became who I am. I have never involved myself in any criminal act. I have never defrauded anybody. Neither have I staged out any scheme or tactics to be used against my fellow human just to amass an illicit wealth. I've never done that. I always stay true to myself, because right from onset, I made a promise to myself that if great Yahweh blesses me, fine. If he doesn't bless me, well, let it be as how it is. I have never visited any deity I have never gone to any fetish priest or Zangoma, any witch doctor to help me get spiritual powers to clip human intelligence under me so that I'll mastermind the art and skill of duping people, luring people, capitalizing on the ignorance of the people. I never do that. I never do that. I always wait patiently. I pray. The landscape to which my wing can cover, that's what I do. When I spread my wings and I can't cover certain parts, I leave it and let it be as how it is. I don't have a friend. I don't go out too much. I only go out on a mission. Maybe I am going to perform something, or maybe I am going to meet somebody who is very dear to me, or either I have been invited for a program. Apart from that, I am always indoor. But I'm telling you that there are so many legitimate means that you can utilize to make money. It has not always been defrauding. It has never always been staging out schemes. Now, sit yourself down. Sit yourself down and ask yourself, these so-called pastors in this country who were always found of staging false miracles, where they used to shoot a video and air it on the media space, showcasing to people that they are powerful, they have performed miracles, they have done a lot. And these people, knowing fully well that they don't have power to perform any miracle, but they rather pay people to come and stage out miracles just to get a message and send to the public, so that those who watch the video will fall a victim to come to them to seek for help. And by those people coming to them, they can capitalize on that and then amass an illicit word from people. Today, where are they? They are nowhere to be found. Let me tell you, no matter the means, the schemes and tactics that you deploy, at the end of everything, you will never be satisfied. If anybody tells you that he or she had been satisfied with whatever that he or she has, then you are lying to yourself. There is nobody that has ever been satisfied with whatever that they have, unless Jesus comes in. So Jesus, having an encounter with the woman, he stated emphatically that you can get everything in the world, but you will never be satisfied. You see, the devil is so intelligent to present certain content within a given context, and the devil tends to make certain images that the devil tends to present to you look very attractive and so much appetizing. But behind closed doors, if they are to tell you the price to which has been labeled with that kind of a lifestyle, you will not even make an attempt. Let me tell you, when God created Adam and Eve, Bible says that they were moving in the fullness of glory of great Yahweh. They never needed anything. The spirit of great Yahweh was always present to make provision for whatever that they were looking for. But you see, the devil misrepresented information as how the devil had an encounter with Jesus. According to Matthew chapter 4, verse 1 downwards, where the devil realized that Jesus has fasted and was very hungry. So he had to use that mainstream to test and lure Jesus if he could get him captured. Where he sent the serpent to go and present a stone to Jesus to turn it to be a bread. The same thing. When God created Adam and Eve, on their visage, you could see the imprint and fullness of glory of Yahweh on their face. But the devil presented a different information and made it look very appetizing by telling the woman that, do you know that when you override whatever that the Spirit has told you and comply with what I'm saying, you possess a divine intellect as greater in proportion to what the great Yahweh is having. As human, our greediness, how can you be intelligent equally to your creator? Such will never happen anywhere. So you see, the devil will deceive you and destroy your life. You go for some small motivabi to be performing some tricks in your church. Sometimes when I see some of these young boys who are claiming to be the leaders of spiritual churches, who are actually impersonating the character of Jesus and covering their evil and deadly practices with the Bible, I just laugh. Why? Because there is nothing that can be buried under the carpet for long or eternity. Bible says that at the end of everything shall be brought to the limelight, and everybody will see what is in within. Now, the devil always carries informations and spreading falsehood. But sometimes, if you are not very smart and don't necessarily have the discernment of spirit, you will be deceived. You will think whatever that you are actually seeing or hearing is of the best. Now, there are certain women who have been deceived by the devil to feel inferior in the presence of their fellow women. So they have decided to toe the lane of bleaching. So you see, the devil has bombarded the spirit of discouragement and captured you with it. And because of that, you feel inferior in the presence of your own fellow women. So you know you are not fair, but you keep on bleaching. You know the eyelashes, you don't have it. But the devil is trying to tell you to put on a new one. One day, the glue will get into contact with your eyes and you will spoil your own eyes. This is how the devil deceives people. The devil will try and send you a false information, making it look like real. Sometimes when I see women who have gone to a fetish priest, a fetish priestess, for them to give them a charm to be word on your body, so that anywhere you go, men will be tripping for you. The question in here is that there is no man that is a tout, an idiot to an extent, unless a godly person, to see you just like that and buy you a car and rent an apartment for you. It doesn't happen like that. But what the devil is trying to tell you is that I will give you the charm But when you go use your private part, this is what is happening. And by the time you realize you have had an intimacy with countless of men, and yet you don't even have a 3 to 4 bedroom apartment. It has always been renting. Sometimes the devil will deceive you. Oh, smoke this small marijuana. And once you smoke it, the devil will come back and tell you, when you smoke it, did you go mad? Then you answer to yourself, oh no, I didn't go mad. Then next time, try it. Now, the devil will rewire your connection and drop certain people from your cycle and bring in a new one. The new ones who will influence you badly, so that the devil can use the new ones to finish its course in your life. And this is what is happening. This is what is happening. So these young boys who are smoking marijuana and stuff, they didn't just begin it from just like that. It started from somewhere. Peer pressure, a subliminal influence from their own peers in the society. Oh, take it. Just smoke it and see if you go mad. Right from there, he took it. Nothing happened. Next day, nothing happened. The next day, you see, this gradually, then you become a drug addict. Now, you have become an addicted to something that is killing you. You see, masturbation. You go into hiding. Then you get a soft cream. Begin to rub it and touch it. Then you reach your orgasm. You see, the devil has a way. Then after rubbing your thing to reach your orgasm, then the devil will tell you that, after all, the women in this world, they are disrespectful and arrogant. So don't pay much attention to women. So majority of the men who are into masturbation, although they are doing it under the influence of an evil spirit, but the thought that the devil has dropped in their mind is that women are this, women are that, and probably because of that, that thing has knit deeply in them, and every day they go into hiding. Anytime they want to go and take their bath, they go and masturbate. The same thing, these women who have been practicing fingering and lesbianism and stuff like that, all these art, it started from somewhere. Let me tell you, the devil has always been a master planner. He will never come just like that. He starts from somewhere. By the time you realize, you are far gone. You have gone beyond redemption. You have gone beyond redemption. Come back to yourself. Please, this is not an insult. This is not an insult. Please, come back to yourself before you realize you have gone beyond redemption. So you see, it cuts across. It cuts across. It cuts across. It is everywhere. It cuts across. Men are doing it. Little boys, little girls, women, every now and then. This is what is happening. You are destroying your own self. You are destroying your own self. Why, as a young guy? You see, the scamming started in gambling. You see, scamming started in gambling. Where, Man U and Manchester is playing. Now, when you keep on staking, you stake to a level where, at the end of the day, when you don't receive any positive result and you practice for long, then the devil steps in one day and tells you that as you have gambled for quite too long and you have not gotten anything, why not try the scamming ways? As for that one, if you are able to get a client, automatically the client will pay. And by accepting it in your spirit, then that very moment, the devil sends in a helper, somebody who will help introduce you very well to the job. And when you go into scamming, first 2, 3, 4 weeks, getting to 2 months, the devil will create room for you to be able to manipulate somebody and take at least either from $2, $3, $4, $500 to $1,000. And now when you get that amount of money in your dream, you will think that, oh, now this is a good job. Now you do it, spend all the $3,000 or $200 on data, and you will not amount to anything. Now the devil sends in somebody and tell you that, hey, my dear, you can't use your normal eyes to practice the scamming. Let's go and see a certain Baba in Benin. Now when you go to Benin, the Baba in Benin takes you through a ritual process, and by the time you realize, you are chewing women panties, you are chewing pad. By the time you realize, you'll be licking a woman in her menstrual period. I know a woman who has run to me and had complained that anytime that she is on her menses, the man would love to lick her. And I asked her, show me your husband. And I was surprised. This husband happens to be one of the rich people in this country. And why would you do that if you are not serving the devil? But you see, the woman didn't check this and pray to the great Yahweh for the great Yahweh to have bestowed the real identity of the man onto her. She also went in because the man was rich, and at the end of the day, on every time that she menstruates, the man will be licking the blood. A lot of things goes on behind the curtains. A lot, my brother, a lot goes on. A lot goes on. A lot goes on. By the time you realize, the devil will use you to kill your brothers. The devil will use you to kill your sisters. The devil will use you to kill your own parent, probably because of money. Please be very careful with some of your dealings, some of your actions, and the way you carry yourself in the society. Why some of you people, your mind has become fixated on money. Please take very good care of yourselves. It will pain me very well when I hear that anybody who has been following me has gone to a deity just because of money. It will pain me a lot, because the great Yahweh has what it takes to make you prosperous. God can bless you, I'm telling you. God can bless. You see, forget about what you were taught in Sunday schools and forget about the calendar that you have. The real great Yahweh can bless you, I'm telling you. It doesn't require any sacrifice. The only thing that is expected of you is to become disciplined. And when you become disciplined in your life, you will be blessed beyond measures. We all became disciplined and heeded our ears to the voice of the great Yahweh. We incline our heart to the promises and the prophecy that he had for us. And as a matter of fact, If you see me on your screen, this is how far the great Yahweh has brought me. I can tell you today that I have never soiled my hand in any innocent blood for any ritual purposes. I have never done anything of that sort. It has always been God from day one and still God. Stay true to yourself and God will bless you. Thank you very much and live at peace. Follow this page or like this very video. Don't forget, if you have any junior brother, send this video to your junior brother so that your junior brother will become very careful by listening to at least this advice. Who knows, maybe they will pipe low and understand how the world works. God bless you.